So, of course, it starts with October 7th, and there the United States increased its military assets in the region. And then it went down. Then you have the 12-day war. So that's the last episode we recorded. And now you have some serious firepower in the region. If we compare this, right, you have 2 aircraft carriers, on one of which I heard that the bathrooms aren't working properly. So I'm a little bit concerned for the US military here. You have a lot of surface combatants. You have a lot of, right, also other type of ships. And something you can't see here, but there's also a serious amount of aerial power in the region. So again, this is a serious buildup.
And that is exactly what is so confusing about this, because last year, Israel was aggressively going after Iran's nuclear installations, and it was kind of clear what Trump did, and it wasn't completely surprising. You can have all kinds of conversations about the morality of it. We'll talk about that later as well. The ease with which we just accept that United States bombs places, right? That is some very destructive consequence of Western bubble thinking. But at least I could tell my client something. I could work with that, right? I could say, hey, this is what Trump is trying to achieve. In this military buildup, it would suggest that there's something much bigger, because this is not just striking a few installations. You don't need this military buildup for that. And what does bigger then mean exactly? What is it that the Trump administration could get out of this? I don't mean that from a strategic perspective of what's good for the United States. I just even looking at Trump's narrow self-interest. In terms of domestic popularity, a full-scale invasion of Iran is surely off the table. That would be destructive for his political position at home. The American people are not interested in a full-scale war with Iran. Is it going to be targeted strikes against leadership? It worked for Maduro in Venezuela, so let's do that now with the Ayatollah and a few other Iranian leaders. Well, first of all, that is misunderstanding how Iran works, but again, for that you don't need that military buildup. So what is it exactly? Why do we have 2 aircraft carriers there? Why do we have 2 battle groups there? Why is there this enormous hype around it? And I have a sneaky suspicion that this is not with any clear plan in mind. I think that this is a snowball that started as a little snowflake and is just rolling down the hill and is getting bigger and bigger and is no longer something that the White House properly controls.